Wow. I've never gotten love for you. One day you need to step up and be worthy of being my wife. That's crazy, bro. Holy crap. That's something that you, bro, it sounded like he like recited that on one of those like incel, where do you go with this conversation with a woman type prompts. That's crazy to me. You're not worthy of being my wife, bro. You're not worthy of having a wife. Okay, guys, you know how we always say that all of these conservatives that we talk about, especially like the middle-aged type ones, always give off crazy divorced dad energy? Well, it seems like it wasn't just a feeling that we got. It seems like it's true. It's real. We can smell it. We can sniff the divorce on these guys. They just can't scrub it off. No matter how many showers they take, the stink of divorce always follows them. It's not super surprising to me, mostly because, well, these people, in the way that they talk about their marriages, they don't seem like good partners. So I don't really I'm not shocked when we hear about this, but it's always funny when we do, especially when it's tied into way more drama than I thought that it ever possibly could be. But these people live for the fight, and so they die by it too. And it seems like their marriage is going to be the thing that dies first. And the person I'm talking about is, you know him, you love him, Crowder. Steven Crowder, over the last couple of days has been suffering under the boot of the evil YouTube ban system when he says things that are TOS, and then he gets banned because he violated TOS. And so now he's taken refuge in a he's taken refuge in a sanctuary to protect him now, so he can say all the slurs that he needs and wants to on Rumble. But while he was there, he thought it would be time to divulge something that he didn't want to, but apparently he's been sitting on for a while, which is the fact that Mr. Family Man has been going through a divorce this entire time. Let's listen to it.
I have been living with a proverbial boot on my neck for going on years now. Since 2021, I've been living through what has increasingly been a horrendous divorce. Now, let me say on the outset, to be clear, there is no infidelity, any kind of physical abuse at all on either side. And no, this was not my choice.
I did not beat my wife. Yes, she definitely left me. He sounds so scared. Oh, I think he's just angry. But we'll get to why I think that in a moment. Let's just listen to him first.
My then wife decided that she didn't want to be married anymore.
It'd be that way.
In the state of Texas, that is completely permitted.
I just think this is kind of strange. This is a strange wording of it, isn't it? I saw some people pointing this out, and in my first watch through, I thought it was pretty interesting as well. Every single time that he talks about the divorce or like the marriage falling apart, every single time he keeps talking about how it's like able to happen or legal to happen, or it was like permitted, or like somebody didn't like come in and then stop it, right? He keeps getting, it seems like his big issue is less of like his wife wanting to leave him, and the big issue that he has is the state allowing his wife to walk away from the relationship if he doesn't give like his like express permission for her to like leave the relationship. And I mean, like, this is definitely something that they like. A lot of these people spend all this time talking about how terrible like no fault divorces would basically means like you can get a divorce without there being like an expressed reason for why you're getting a divorce, that in the specific parameters that the state says that it's okay for you to get a divorce if like this, that, and the third happens. You can't just be like, you know what, I really don't want to be married to this person anymore, and I don't really want them to have anything to do with me anymore. I'm going to, walk away from this relationship. And then the state says, no, you actually can't do that. And then they take you both and they lock you in a padded room together until you fix your marriage. And if you don't fix your marriage, then you just stay in there and die. So that's the world conservatives are working for, I guess.
It's been the most heartbreaking experience of my life, what I consider to be my deepest personal failure. And just so you know, my opinions on parenting and families have not changed. I've always believed that children need a mom and a dad, that divorce is horrible. And I still believe that children need a mom and a dad, and that divorce is horrible.
This is why I think, and I made this valiant tweet the other day, something that many other people wouldn't make because the cancel culture mob may come for them, but I'm just kind of built different, and I'm not subservient to the mob of people who want to change my opinion, who all think the same because they think different than me, and so that's wrong and bad. But I said that I'm kind of on Crowder's side here. I get it. I think that divorce is horrible, probably one of the worst things in society that could ever possibly happen, really, if you spend time thinking about it. So that's why my solution, and a lot of these people that don't have like really concrete or good solutions here, my solution to finally fix this issue is that we need to put our foot down and say that enough is enough, and we need to finally ban marriage. Marriage needs to go. Like, it's obviously destroying society, and the outcomes of marriage are way worse than anybody could have possibly imagined. And so this is why we need to ban marriage. It needs to be banned. Okay? If marriage is banned, that means that nobody can get a divorce, and no partner can die before the other partner. And when there's like a widowed partner or a divorced partner, that's obviously tied to their life becoming worse. And so what we need to do is stop them from being able to be married in the first place. That means there's a 0% chance of them getting a divorce, because if there's 0% chance of marriage, there's 0% chance of divorce. And since divorce is why everything is bad, then if we ban marriage, then everything will then be good. So this is why we need to finally start talking about how to get down to the root of problems in society. And it seems like marriage is just it. We just need to ban marriage because like divorce is just destroying this country. You tell me, guys, what do you think about this? Modern problems require modern solutions. It's true. It's true. I mean, if you just take a look at when society, I once took like a very serious class about history when I was in college. And while in that history class, my teacher told me something that I'll never forget. And I don't think anybody has said it before. I think they ban you from places if you try and say stuff like this. He said, strong men create good times create weak men create bad times create strong men. And I was like, so true. That's so real. And then I look back into history and I found out that anytime anything ever bad happened in society, it was because the divorce rate went up. And so if we just remove the divorce rate's possibility of going up ever, then our society literally can't fall apart. It's just not possible. If like widows just can't exist and divorce can't exist, our society will have the world's greatest society. Shouldn't we make things worse so men can get stronger? Well, that's where we are right now. So now we take the strong men that we've made by things being worse, and now we take them to make marriage fake and not real and illegal. I feel like banning marriage wouldn't fix divorce. Elon Musk has been mentally divorced all his life. Divorce is a vibe we can't escape. That's true. That's true. And that's like a big problem. But we'll get there when we get there. You gotta cross one bridge at a time. We'll focus on that one once we get there. We gotta get the preliminary steps finished first. We got some prerequisites to get done. Divorce is a vibe. It's true. I think being geriatric is a vibe, and I think being divorced is a vibe. Like Crowder had like divorced energy far before he was divorced. I mean, remember when he made that whole video about how there's like paternity leave is cringe and gay, like his words, not mine. Because there's nothing for like a man to do in the first couple years of the life of his child. There's like literally nothing that he can do or provide for the kid besides, I guess, going to jail and making sure that his mom has, food so she can make more milkies. And that's like literally it. And he was saying that all while going through a divorce, or probably like right before he got his divorce, which is like incredibly wildly funny. Actually, I think it's like a little bit before he got divorced, which is just very, 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 very funny, right? And on top of that, like this is how he was tweeting while he was going through his divorce. Women are doing less work at home. They're unhappier. Divorce rates are skyrocketing and men don't want to marry them. Great job, feminism. As he's walking out of divorce court. He's writing this as well as he's like walking out or like sitting in the stands in like divorce court to see if he's gonna get custody of his kids. He's like there under the table, slouched, just like tweeting away. just tweeting it to his heart's content. Low value male. It's true that women wouldn't leave you if you were a high value man. As you see, hypergamy has made it so that women go for the highest of value men. If you're like a really big high value man, you'll have all of the women pining for you. And so there's no reason for your wife to want to divorce you because she wouldn't divorce real high value. So obviously she detected that you were not high value and you were left subsequently after. I say you should look inside and start watching more Andrew Tate YouTube shorts. I think that'll fix your problem, brother. Good luck next time. He once a slave wife. It is true he doesn't want it to be legal for her to run away. He's gonna start the runaway wife patrol.
But in today's legal system, my beliefs don't matter. In Texas, divorce is permitted when one party wants it, period.
Yeah, bro. I don't think you should be able to just like lock people into a marriage forever. If I'm going to be honest with you, I think you should be able. I think if women don't want to be married to you anymore, I think you have to leave. I think you should be able to leave. Honestly, I personally, in my opinion, okay, and this is just an opinion, so don't take it too seriously. Don't get mad at me, but I think that if you need to change the law to be able to get your wife to not divorce you, then you're probably like a bad husband. I'm sorry. It shouldn't take the force of like the police like catching your wife as she's like running away from home, like as they're hanging out the back of a pickup truck with a comically large butterfly net to bring her back home. I just don't think that needs to happen for you to be able to have a successful marriage. You know, I mean, like my parents have done it for like over 30 years. Like, what's your problem? Like they got married in like 2015, so their marriage lasted, I think, like 6 years. Something like that. The marriage lasted 6 years. That, I mean, like you didn't even reach the decade mark, barely reached 5 years. Kind of an L, if I'm going to be honest with you. Have you tried being a better husband? Why are his arms inflated? Listen, he's sad, okay? Leave him alone.
So for well over a year, in the best interest.
Sam Cedar destroyed his life. You're right. Oh gosh, Sam Cedar, what a hecking nightmare. And then instantly when he came home after that day, she was watching his program, saw what happened and thought he was such a beta that she like filed divorce papers that night. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine getting hit with such a huge L.
As well as physical safety of my children, we've decided to keep this issue private and to resolve
physical safety
privately with the appropriate
attorneys. Is Antifa
going
to make their move now?
Legal jargon. And all this, one thing I want to be really clear about is certain. True north here is that my children are blameless, completely without fault, and so we decided to resolve these issues privately, as it's in their best interests, both emotionally and physically, to do.
Wait a second. If it was their fault, would you be airing their asses out? Would you be making like a whole segment about how cringe your like son is? Why bro put in up that stipulation or something? That's kind of weird. I've decided that it's not their fault, so I won't be like putting them on blast on my YouTube show. All right. Well, I mean, thanks, bro, I guess. So who's he blaming? He's blaming two people. He's blaming himself for not convincing his wife not to divorce him, I guess, and he's also blaming the state for allowing his wife to file for divorce. I think those are the two things that he's mad at this moment in time. Aren't they like 2? Yeah, his children are not very old. I think he literally just had a baby, so there's an infant in here as well. Yo, my son got a huge dick. Let's dox him. Oh, that's gonna be so me when I become a dad.
Do so. Now, the other issue is, and this is something that I've kept private for likely far too long, Many other people knew about this behind the scenes.
Why?
Some, not all, but some of them in positions of power, influence, leverage.
Oh, here
knew
we
of
go.
This.
Oh, here we go.
They also knew that the safety of my children included keeping it private. So if you're familiar with the idea of extortion, then you know the feeling well.
All right. So here's the really interesting part of all of this, okay? Because now he's going to be saying that not only did people know about the divorce in the back end, but also that like there are people who've been like holding it over his head or trying to coerce him into doing this, that, the third for him. But hey, listen, let's watch a little bit more of this and then let's see if we can grab anything, because he's going to.
This meme is very real.
Thank you, Marjorie, because he's going to do something pretty wild here.
Children included keeping it private. So if you're familiar with the idea of extortion, then you know the feeling well. Now, some of these threats were so thinly veiled that I'm frankly surprised you didn't all guess immediately.
Stephen has a lot going on. I guess is the best way to say it. He has a lot going on, and that should be clear because people don't do stuff like this if there's not a lot going on in their life. I would like to implore my audience and everybody that isn't paying attention to this situation not to condemn him, but to pray for him. Sometimes people need a prayer. Sometimes people need a scripture. You know, Stephen purports to be a Christian. I am unsure at this moment if it is my place to say more than that. You know, maybe if I feel in further defense, some things should be said, or maybe if I feel that the public has a right to understand certain circumstances.
Oh, man. Oh, this is so good. Oh, look at how his face is all twisted up like he's the Grinch. What is this? Oh, no. He looks like an angry Dr. Seuss character. That's crazy. He looks like a baby. This is the face that your baby cousin gives you after you stop them from drinking the chemicals under the sink for the 5th time today. Oh, that is wild. He got smoke coming out of his ears. He's got like the red just like billowing up from like chin to his forehead. He's shaking, angry Kermit, the divorced emo. POV. POV, you don't hear from your wife, but but her lawyer calls you and says that she's filed divorce papers. Yeah, it's the real humph face. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can necessarily call that a straight up, I don't know if I can call it like a straight up, like, extortion. I mean, it's obviously a threat. I don't think anybody can say that it's not a threat. But, you know, it's possible that she didn't know what was going on here. I mean, let me be honest, okay? Steven Crowder, he doesn't have the ability to just say this was definitely about the divorce stuff because nobody likes Steven Crowder, okay? Like everybody like on the back end from like Fox News to Daily Wire to like even The Blaze, none of them even really liked him. None of them liked him. Like he makes some money, but outside of money, like they hate him, right? Remember when like Brett Gutfeld or whatever his name is? Remember how he had like some correspondence with somebody else? And they were sharing like DMs and talking about how much of a loser Crowder was and how he likes to go to parties, order a glass of milk, and then sit crisscross applesauce on the floor and stare into the corner like a fucking freak. Like, I mean, yeah, he's crazy unlikable. So I would imagine there's a lot of stuff like floating around about him behind the Gret Slutfeld. Yeah, Greg Gutfeld. I would imagine there's a lot of stuff floating behind the scenes about him. I do not doubt this at all. I do not doubt this in the slightest.
Well, my children have a right to privacy. Now, some other issues have been, or I should say, inferences have been more pernicious behind the scenes with demands and threats to use this information that they believe would be so publicly embarrassing to me and my wife at a difficult time that it could be used, knowingly putting my children in harm's way. So to those self-styled Christians, conservatives, and allies, Well, not in my book.
Not in my, not on my watch, you piece of, you motherfucker. Oh man, he wants to rage cry. Look at him. Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's mad. He's very angry right now. But he's always hated the Daily Wire, it seems, especially ever since he got his deal that said that if you don't make money, we're not going to pay you. But if you do make money, we're going to pay you. After they offered to give him $10 million, and then people said that he couldn't possibly afford the deal because, like, you don't understand his operating costs. As you can see, he has crazy operating costs. They're renting a room in Tennessee, and there's like 4 people. So you guys don't understand what crazy operating costs that they have. You know, it's far over what a mere measly $10 million salary could ever possibly imagine to be able to suffice. You know, like he has a really powerful operation here, as you can see. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. You know, you just wouldn't understand. Crazy operating costs. Anyways, Candace responded in the obviously pearl clutching. I can't believe he could have said this way, but I do love the fight, so I did want to check this out.
That's it. That's the big scary story. I then went onto my platform and I said, pray for Steven Crowder, honestly, because that's what he needs. He needs a prayer. And apparently nobody's answering those prayers right now because he's still acting erratic. He's now upping the ante and suggesting that I extorted him. I will not take that lightly, okay? I am not Hillary Crowder. I am not anybody in his family. I am not going to take somebody going onto his platform and alleging that I either harassed, threatened, or did anything that would put his children at risk. That
Ooh, the girls are fighting. Also, he called out his damn ex-wife too. I'm not your bitch wife who will put up with your shit. She divorced. She broke your marriage. I'll break your teeth. All right, Steven. I don't think you understand who you're messing with. I'm not a pushover like your wife. She left your marriage. I'll leave you bleeding. My goodness. I didn't think that it was going to be this. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Everything about her offends me. That is true. In a lawful society, she would not exist. Many people are saying this. And now I wouldn't say this personally. Like, now this puts like everything on the divorce, and now listen, bro, you got out of it. You just got a divorce because you couldn't work out your problems with women, and now the first thing that you do when you go public with all of this is fight with another woman. Come on, man. Pick a struggle. You can't just like make it worse the entire time. You gotta mend your relationship with woman people before you hop back into things. Come on, you gotta. Yeah, all he knows is how to fight women. I guess that's it.
And it's very serious stuff that he is saying. And so what I did this morning after this clip was sent to me is I contacted a defamation lawyer, and I am sending Steven Crowder a cease and desist. And I'm going to demand a full-throated retraction to the idea that Candace Owens threatened him or extorted him. And not that I simply did a little math. 1 + 1 = 2. A crazy man doing these sorts of things to his friends obviously means that something is going on personally. Honestly, this time, I'm not even going to suggest anybody should pray for him. I am so deeply troubled by the idea that
You do not deserve any more prayers. No. Candace, if you're a real Christian, you would say that he needs prayers again. Candace, you can't get mad and then say that he doesn't deserve prayers. Candace, if you're going to be real, this would be the time where you would say that he needs them the most and to turn the other cheek. Just like the guy who you say you listen to his wordings does. Candace.
He's trying to insert me into this narrative pertaining to his divorce. I'm frankly angry about this. So I'm going to hope that he does the right thing, okay?
Your prayer privileges have been revoked.
That he does another one of his live feeds on the exact same platform and via the exact same medium and offers me an apology and takes back every single word that he
Oh, man.
says.
Oh, man. The fighting is getting crazy, dude. The fighting is getting crazy. And it seems like since Crowder has decided to go public with this, I still don't know why people decide that it would be a good idea to go public with a lot of this type of stuff. I've had problems in like the back end and outside of streaming. Like even some problems with like, you know, other creators. I have never brought any of that stuff public because I feel like there's no need for it to be. I feel like we need to simply talk less. Like I don't know, maybe one day I'll make like a full segment on this, but I really feel like it would be in so many people's best interests if you took up the idea of like speaking less. Sometimes people don't actually need to know what's going on in your private life. Sometimes you actually don't need to be letting us all into what you're trying to do or what you've been going through recently. Sometimes, instead of any of that, you need to simply just like be silent and allow things to kind of, you know, work themselves out in the back end without you, you know, chiming in, because when you start to chime in, then people start to respond. And then when people respond, things can start to get worse for you. And so it seems like not only is it bad that Candace responded to Steven deciding to speak, even though like that volcano of drama has already died down, he decided to blow it back up again. It seems that his speaking has also angered the family of his ex-wife, who decided that they didn't like the way that he was talking about the divorce on his stream. And so this is, I'm telling you, this is like 40 minutes old. So this is like really hot off the press. There are two things that I want to take a look at really quick. And it seems like this is a massive consequence of him deciding to speak. Remember at the beginning of when he dropped that video, how he was talking about how, you know, have no worries. There was 100% guaranteed no physical abuse in the relationship at all. And that's not why she wanted to leave me. Remember when he said that? Let's take a look at this again.
And in the state of Texas, that is completely permitted. It's been the most heartbreaking experience of my life, what I consider to be my deepest personal failure. And just so you know, my opinions on parenting and families, children need a mom and a dad. I believe that children need a mom and a dad. System, my beliefs don't matter. So for well over a year, in the best interest as well as physical safety of my children, we've decided to keep this issue private and to resolve it privately with the appropriate attorneys, what have you, legal jargon. And all this, one thing I want to be really clear about is certain. True north here is that my children are on my neck for has increasingly been a.
What do you say?
There's no infidelity, any kind of physical abuse at all on either side.
Well, it seems like the ex-wife's family didn't like that he decided to come out and say that really quick. So this is super hot off the press, okay? Super hot off the press, all right? This just dropped in the Daily Beast. Steven Crowder's extortion war with Candace Owens blows up. So I think the main reason why he wanted to go live with this would be to call out Candace Owens for doing what he said was extorting him for some reason, I guess. But it seems like in the way that he did that and like saying that about the relationship and the divorce that happened, that isn't something that they were going to take lying down, it seems. Let's read something because this is actually super interesting. On Thursday, Crowder's ex-wife Hillary's family released a statement and video footage to writer Yashar Ali, accusing Crowder of emotional abuse. The truth is that Hillary Crowder's ex-wife, Hillary spent years hiding Steven's mentally and emotionally abusive behavior from her friends and family while she attempted to save their marriage. She was the one who was asking to work on their relationship to keep the marriage intact for their unborn children. The family went on to accuse Crowder of choosing not to be present at the birth of the couple's twins in 2021. The family also alleged that Crowder had effectively ended the relationship, buying a townhouse, moving out of the couple's home and cutting Hillary off financially and firing a divorce attorney without her knowledge. That is crazy, if true. And now, mind you, this is all coming from Hillary's family's recollection and statement about what they believe was happening. And so, is that true? Now, I can't tell you. I don't like Crowder, and hearing what he had to say about parenting and like relationships makes me believe that this isn't very, surprising. That being said, these words are not, mine. They're Hillary's family's. So, in my opinion, I have no reason to distrust her yet. I do have many reasons to distrust Crowder, but I want to take a look at this. So this is what they put out. Yashar's newsletter. This is the newsletter of the journalist who Hillary's family gave the footage and these statements to. This is really, really long. Okay, it's not as long as I thought. Oh my gosh, it's oops all comments? Oops all comments? That's crazy. All right. Well, let's take a look. This is hot off the press. All right. Exclusive. Video reveals Steven Crowder emotionally abusing wife. In statement, Hillary Crowder's family says she hid his emotionally abusive behavior for years. Conservative media host and commentator Steven Crowder can be seen on a Ring camera video berating his wife Hillary, who was at the time nearly 8 months pregnant, and demanding that she handle medicine for the dogs that she was concerned was toxic to pregnant women. In the video, she snaps at her to put on her gloves and give the dog medicine, walks to the dogs and otherwise, and walk the dogs and otherwise perform wifely duties as she was clearly in emotional distress. Yeah. All right, buddy. That's just, is this really surprising? Come on, like for him to be like crazy abusive. I feel so bad for these women because like, I don't know how much she knew about like his political views or anything, but I can sit here and tell you that like if you told me his views on women and what like gender roles do, and then you told me this, I gotta tell you, I would not be surprised at all. Ain't dogs men's territory? No, when it comes to like dogs is men's territory when it comes to like petting them and using them to emotionally manipulate women to go on a date with you. But outside of that, like walking, feeding, watering, cleaning up after, caring for, that's the woman's job, because woman's job is to love things, and woman's job is to clean things and make things good. Men's job is to make things dirty and do wifely duties, because like I'm a man who doesn't help out around the house. Yeah, man, totally. This is why if you're raising a boy, you make him do dishes, okay? Like this is giving like my mom didn't make me clean my room or do my dishes when I was little. Breastfed until he was 13. My wife didn't, my mom didn't make me wash dishes or like do my laundry until I moved out of the house. Energy. If you genuinely believe this, because that's pretty sad. Towards the end of the exchange, Hillary says to her husband, "Your abuse is sick." He snaps, saying her, "Watch it, fucking watch it." Okay. All right. Well, I would like to say, if you are sensitive to abuse, emotional, of the emotional flavor, I would say you could tune out of this one a little bit. We are going to be watching at least some of the video to see what transpired and how bad it actually was in the Crowder house. So it is 3 minutes long. If an editor's watching this, you can skip around to like more important parts, but should I can keep it I can keep it like relatively small. Crowder's here sitting on the patio. This is his wife, Hillary. As you can see, she has pregnant woman belly, since her belly is full of pregnant and baby. So, there's footage. Yes, there's a ring. This is Ring footage. So I would imagine that when she started, when she was like catching some of the stuff, that she was like recording it and then like saving it for later. do us all a disservice by not reading out the abuse in the Mickey Mouse tone. Oh no. Watch it is definitely threatening. Oh, I mean, like, it's by definition threatening. There is 100% an or else in there.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries. There's no groceries.
It's so fucking gross, dude. If you refuse to do wifely things, you're in a relationship. Just if your wife is pregnant, give her some space. I swear, dude, your job ends after you do literally an hour of cracking the most unfunny jokes the world has ever seen. Soak up money. Don't you have, I know, I'm a streamer. Okay, I have a lot of free time. Sometimes I say I don't, and I kind of wish that it was true, but if I'm going to be honest with you, there's a lot of time in my day that I think that I don't have it free when I really do. And I'm sorry, you have a lot of free time. He's a streamer, bro. He can take care of the kids sometimes. He can take care of the dogs. He can go pick up groceries for your pregnant wife. It's not hard. It's really not that hard. Help her. Being a mom, like, your job ends after you come home after like literally an hour and a half or 2 hours of work. Her like job as a mom is 24/7, 365 days a year, on call all the time, whether she be awake or asleep. It's not that hard to help your wife out a little bit with taking care of the house you want her to do. Be a man and help your wife, bro. That's crazy. I don't know, man. It's crazy to me how much you can say you love women so much, but like do the very little you ever possibly could with helping them do anything. Like, he's literally just sitting there on his ass, smoking a cigar while his wife is like pregnant and trying to do things. It's just like, what's happening? Help. Why is it so hard for men to have sympathy for their freaking wives, bro? This is why women don't want to date you. This is why your wife broke up with you. Be normal. It's not that hard. This is crazy to me. Yeah, smoking a cigar near his pregnant wife. All right. All right, man. Sure.
I have steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's not a reasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect men? Yes. How do you, man?
How do you respect men? Holy shit. This is like a, oh my gosh. This is like a no girls allowed. They have cooties treehouse sign that got like polymorphed into a human being. That's crazy. How could this woman even be like, how could this woman be married to, like, stand up and be married to this guy for this long? He's like, it's my grill. I'm the man. I grill. He's psycho. Psycho, bro. Bro, I'm sorry. Women. Especially if I have any like younger girls listening, okay? Younger girls, younger women, if you're like 24 or younger, okay? If any guy like acts anywhere even near here, or you get even the idea that he may be acting like this, or like be sympathetic to this line of thought, I'm begging you to run. Okay? Because it may, like, while the relationship is like well and cool and fine and everything, while like everything is going well, if like things start to, you know, become more difficult, a type of guy like this won't be there to like actually help you, protect you, to be a man of the situation. You'll marry a loser, okay? And you'll waste like some really great time with a loser. And I'm not even talking about just marriage. I'm talking about dating as well. You'll waste a lot of your life with a loser, and you need to just run. All right? Like as fast and as soon as possible as you can. Like, talk to your friends, like your family, get some help if you need it, but like get out as ASAP as possible. I'm 19 taking notes. I did hear like some slightly older women than you talk about how that's a difficult time for girls and for girls' life, because that's usually the time, you know, when they're 19, where they have the boyfriend that like fucks them up. They have that's when they have their insano mode boyfriend arc. So, you know, be careful, I guess. Maybe you'll make it out the other side and then turn 20 and then you'll be fine. But be careful. By the time he got sneak attacked by Sam Cedar. Oh, you think he's just mad? You think he's just angry? You think he's just molding and now taking it out on his wife? You think he gets clowned on Twitter, or he gets ratioed on Twitter, and then he takes it out on his pregnant wife? Probably. By the way this sounds, how do you respect men? How do you respect your wife, bro? Apparently you don't.
You see love like that. No. How did a man take it? No, you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You are not
then I
taking
will
the car.
ask them to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not a threat, Stephen.
Is that a threat? Hello? Hello? What? He sounds so fragile in this clip. He is super fragile, of course. Of course, he's like a Fabergé egg type fragile. He is like in a stiff wind, he'll shatter. That's incredible. You're not gonna take the car. I'm not gonna let you take the car. Well, I'll just have somebody come pick me up then. Is that what you want? Is that a threat? Oh my gosh, bro, chill. He's the one like showing this like threatening aura. I'm about to slap my wife type energy because she wants to like go do something, and he's going crazy, bro. Anyways, you know, like juxtapose this with Dennis Prager's article about how apparently the wives keep leaving conservative men, and their children don't want to talk to them anymore. Can you imagine that conservative children grow up and then don't want to talk to their parents anymore? And a lot of the times they're dads. It's crazy how that works out. That is remarkable how that happens. It must be wokeness.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Stephen, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Stephen.
Like, I can't
Stephen.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need?
What? What? What the fuck? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. He is a child. Oh my goodness. He is a man child. Holy crap, he is. He needs his safety blankie. I'm just sitting here at my house at midday. It's 70 degrees out, smoking a cigarette. I can't go outside. I can't see my friends. I can't go to the gym. And what, now you want to take care of the house and leave me here? Do you see the horrible position you put me in here by having to wait for you to come back for an hour and a half? You don't get it. I own you. What the fuck is this? I would be scared to even get into I would even be scared to like get into an argument with my wife if she was pregnant, bro. Like all those stress hormones just like beating the shit out of the little fetus boy in there. It's like, I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I'm like, if my wife is pregnant, I'm not arguing with her. It's yes, ma'am. What do you need? It's yes, ma'am. What else can I do for you? She says I need your help to move that tree. It's blocking the sun. I'm like, how far, ma'am? I pick that shit up and move it instantly. You simp. She's pregnant. She says jump. I say how high. I'm not arguing. Yeah, it is 2v1. You're right. I'm not arguing with her. Straight up, like, what do you need from me, ma'am? And I'll go like be above and beyond. She said she needs a drink from the refrigerator, bro. I'm sprinting there. You get the drink, you offer a straw as well, and you hand it to her just so she can catch the condensation with like a paper towel, and hand her an extra paper towel just in case there's a little spill. And you cut up a lemon slice and you offer it to her on the side. That's what you do when your wife's pregnant. Not this type of shit. That's crazy to me. I know, man. You've heard me say it before, but like women are a blessing and you need to treat them as such in your life, bro. Because like now he's divorced, and I don't think, when this comes out, it's going to be real hard for him to get like a new wife or something, or new girlfriend, or anybody who wants to spend time with him. He probably has enough money to like roll over some like, you know, really young and dumb, inexperienced girl that he could just like, you know, swoop up and take advantage of. But like, you know, any actual woman out there doesn't want anything to do with him. Bro is insane. Will this kill Crowder's career? Nah, I don't think it'll kill his career. I don't think they care. I like, even after seeing this, like all of them are like too hell bent in like the gender roles. Women are have gotten too uppity these days and are too used to leaving relationships where they're being abused. So it's like they honestly I see them getting more mad at people like Dan Crankshaft and Ted Cruz and Abbott for allowing women to get out of abusive relationships than they are to get mad at Crowder for creating an abusive relationship with his pregnant wife. Hello, pup. Nice to see you.
I need to pick up. I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either. Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
She's going to pick up food.
The only way out of this is discipline and respect.
What the fuck? Hello? Yo, Steven would be having a ball as a slave driver. Holy crap. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, you don't deserve a wife. You don't deserve a wife. You don't deserve custody of those kids. Nothing. That is insane. All right, now I see why he thought the divorce was so messy, because he's a mess. He's a mess and the court's trying to clean it up. That is crazy. The only way out of this is discipline and respect. Holy shit, he wants his like pregnant wife to like grovel at his feet for him. He is a messy bitch. You're right. I didn't think it was this bad, honestly. This isn't surprising. It's not surprising, but can you imagine like what those poor like wives of conservative talking heads go through? Holy shit, bro. What the fuck? And this went on for years?
It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect. Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
You give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. Well, this is why your wife left you, bro. You don't want a wife, you want a slave. I'll give you something, crab bad boy. Damn, that is crazy. You're gonna put her back out to the field, huh? Bro is like living in he thinks he's living in the 50s. Yeah, he would 100% be like, he would, if like those no, you can beat your wife, we just don't use like a rod bigger than your thumb type shit. He'd be like, oh yeah, he'd be on that any day of the week. Any day of the week. One of those days where I gotta beat my wife again. She has no respect. She wants to go like run errands while I'm sad. Hello? That's just wild to me. Traditional family values, bro. Yeah, I guess traditional family values like abuse and beatings. Maybe, oh man, this is why this puts it in a whole new light. What he said when he said in Tennessee, sorry, in Texas, you're able to like get a divorce and his wife was permitted to leave him. I was like, that is so weird, such a weird framing of his wife wanting to leave him, that I knew that something had to be wrong. Like that type of like entitlement and ownership over another human being's life is something that you don't get without being a horrible person in the back end. And it seems like this is what he acted like when, you know, when all the cameras are off to his wife. That is wild. Finally a Texas W. Finally a Texas W. I guess. That's one. Yeah, he told on himself.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just talk and baby for a little bit. Okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem.
Wow. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Okay, all right. You listen, I can't believe my wife left me after I told her that I didn't love her because she wouldn't do the errands specifically in the way and time that I wanted her to. Fucking clam chowder. Goddamn, holy shit. Right? right? He's so evil. Hello, police. Yeah, bro is not getting, bro, like this is gonna go by a judge and the judge is just gonna laugh and then hit the gavel and say like no custody. Like easy rares. Yeah, most sympathetic conservative dad.
I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem.
I don't
I've
love
never
you. That's the
received love
problem.
from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right. We're at impasse. Become someone, listen to me, day in and day out, worthy of a wife, worthy. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. As a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not
This
gonna
name is
engage.
very
I'm not
real.
gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll get text me what you need. I'll get.
Wow. I've never gotten love for you. One day you need to step up and be worthy of being my wife. That's crazy, bro. Holy crap. That's something that you, bro, it sounded like he like recited that on one of those like incel how do you where do you go with this conversation with a woman type prompts. That's crazy to me. You're not worthy of being my wife, bro. You're not worthy of having a wife. He's been on Reddit for too long. Yeah. Yeah, she's giving you twins, bro. Ruby, stop licking my bed, goofball. She's giving you twins, bro. She's spending 9 months of her 18 months of her life being filled with baby for you. Actual narcissist, right? Into a remember, all of this is to a pregnant woman. She's pregnant. All of this to a pregnant lady. I'll make you. Is this why he likes James O'Keefe so much? Because when we read that story about James O'Keefe stealing a sandwich from a pregnant lady who was hungry because he gets hangry sometimes. Oh man, it's just like how do you even pass that for real? Yeah, for some reason a lot of people didn't watch that video, even though it was an incredible video. Yeah, a lot of people didn't watch that video, but yeah, we went over like all of the court filings and all of the things that people in the back end at Project Veritas or people who've like sued James O'Keefe and Project Veritas before. Like there's like a massive dump of like private information that got shown when like new lawsuits came out, and it was alleged that one, Project Veritas was spending donor money on parties where they would where they would rent out a home in New York and then buy illicit drugs, have sex with each other, and then get so fucked up that multiple of them would shit on the floor at once while they were there. And then they had like his personal caretaker clean up after the guest poop, because he didn't want it sitting there, or get charged extra from like the Airbnb host that they had like rented the place from. And then when he was in court, he got really hangry, and so he reached for the closest food item, and it was a sandwich from a pregnant lady who was like hungry and she needed to eat because she's eating for two. And so he ate it even after telling them that she needed it because she's pregnant. And so they had to get her a new sandwich really quick. Who shits on the floor? They got so fucked up that all they could do was shit on the floor, bro. But I don't know, maybe that's why he likes O'Keefe, because their like treatment of women is very similar.
I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not gonna.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to it. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves.
I need to.
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna just.
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs take?
Okay, so one thing that you need to understand here, specifically if you missed it, the reason why he's like put on some gloves, is because earlier in this conversation, how they got here was because Hillary wanted to do some other things, and then Steven wanted him to do specific things, especially when it was regarding the dogs. Okay, so the two specific things that he wanted them to do, what he wanted her to do was walk the dogs, even though he has the like every opportunity to be able to walk the dogs and give the dogs their medicine. Now, the reason why she doesn't want to do either is because she has to like go get groceries, and she's like, I can't do like literally all of them, and groceries are more important, right? And you're just here, you could walk the dogs. He literally complained about being stuck at home. So like walking the dog seems like a great way to get out, but he didn't want to do it. He wanted her to do it specifically. And the reason why she doesn't want to give the medication is because she's cautious that the dog medication is actually can actually cause pregnancy complications.
This name is very real.
It was said that like contact with the medicine can possibly lead to pregnancy complications in pregnant women, obviously. And so she's like, I'm not going to be like messing with that medicine. Can you do that instead? And he said, no, I want you to do it. And that's why he's specifically on, are you committed enough to me, to this relationship, to be able to like put on some gloves and give the dogs the medication? Because she doesn't want to, you know, get contaminated and possibly lead to, and the chemicals possibly leading to a pregnancy mishap because she's like 8 months pregnant, right? And so she was being super cautious, but he doesn't care about it. And he wants her to just simply do it. That's why they're at this impasse here, specifically. With the actual fuck man, right? Right?
Take that in.
As Crowder heads inside, Steven gets angry and angrier by his own admission, screams, I will fuck you up, to his pregnant wife, Hillary, who then flees their home. Oh, I can't believe she left me. I can't believe she was permitted to leave me. Can you imagine that? It's crazy how that works out. I can't believe the state didn't stop her from leaving me. Why would she ever want to leave such an incredible relationship? Straight to jail, right? Thoughts and prayers. Yeah, thoughts and prayers for that marriage, bro. Maybe this is why he thinks it's so terrible, because after all of this stuff came out, I know he's getting thrashed in court. Bro is getting thrashed. It's not even like, it's no longer even about like who's in the wrong. It's about deciding how much is Steven in the wrong. All right. In a statement, moments later off camera, Steven, by his admission, would lose control. So apparently he admitted this in court, that he would lose control and then scream, I will fuck you up, to his pregnant wife. Hey, remember earlier in that discussion where he was like saying, watch it, watch it. Don't you try and threaten me, woman. As he then goes in to threaten to beat the fuck out of his pregnant wife. Yeah, very normal, nice stuff. I go to the gym so I don't beat my wife and kids. In a statement sent by Hillary Crowder's family, they said that she spent years hiding her husband's mental and emotional abuse from the family. That he lied about the circumstances of their divorce, and he wasn't present for the birth of their children. Documentary evidence I reviewed while reporting on the story backs up their assertions. In the statement in its entirety is later printed on in the story. I can't speak. Is printed later on in the story. Thank you. The Ring camera footage documenting the moments leading up to the moment where Steven Crowder said, I will fuck you up. Something that was the pinnacle of the aggressiveness in their marriage, but was also a part of a pattern of emotional abuse, is posted in full at the top of this post and detailed later on. Neither Hillary nor Steven Crowder is contending that there was physical abuse in their marriage or sexual infidelity. In the audio files and text messages I reviewed, Steven Crowder admits some of his faults, including a volcanic temper, repeatedly and at times regretfully. At times regretful. Wait, so sometimes you regret berating your pregnant wife? I mean, like, yeah, I would have a volcanic temper, but like, have you seen her, like, how fast she makes a sandwich? Wouldn't you scream at her too if it took 8 minutes to get your sandwich while you were sitting on your ass? Come on, Judge. She's barely a real wife. Come on, Judge. So he doesn't regret some of it? Yeah, I wouldn't say that personally, if I was on the stand. But according to sources I spoke to who are familiar with the relationship, Steven Crowder's admission often came after a substantial period of mental and emotional abuse, and he didn't seem to be able to control his impulses. The story is based on conversations with multiple sources, none of whom would speak to me unless they were granted anonymity. I also reviewed text messages, extensive audio files, and personal videos documenting the Crowder's marriage. Holy crap, this guy's on the inside. He sees all. He knows everything that's going on. Bro, it's so over. It's so over, bro. What in the world? Hillary Crowder. You think he got really mad at his wife because she shares a name with Hillary Clinton? You think so? And even the first syllable, even the first letter of her last name is just like Clinton too. You think so? So it's really easy to take out his rage on her. Hillary C. Hillary Crowder was not available for comment or conversation with me on more confidential terms. 2 messages sent to Steven Crowder via his website requesting comment have yet to be replied to. By the time the story will be posted, if he does reply, then I'll update it. Steven Crowder's was married in 2012 after dating for 2 years. Oh, dude. Oh, fuck. This poor woman. This poor woman, dude. 2 years? And then you decide to get, were you even cohabitating or anything? Bro, you don't know who you're dating until you live with them. Okay? You don't know it. You don't get it. All right? Or at least you're in their personal stuff at their house a lot. Until then, you have no clue who the hell you're dating, okay? You could love this person to death, but the fact that they never put the dirty dishes back into the dishwasher that has dirty dishes in it, so you don't have to move it from the sink to the dishwasher, or it doesn't dry or whatever, so you can just quickly move through things, all right? And they never learn, and then it starts to cause problems with the sink. You don't know how much your love actually goes until you're in one of those situations, okay? I'll tell you what. You don't know. Hillary filed for divorce in early 2021 after she learned that her husband had hired a divorce attorney a month earlier. Oh my goodness. He was trying to divorce her, so she hit him with the Uno reverse card. Oh my goodness. Or it was just a preemptive divorce lawyer, just in case if she files divorce, he can file divorce right after. Not the know you divorce lawyer on retainer. Despite her best efforts, her husband was absent when their twins were born. 2 babies you missed. You're a streamer. How do you miss your children's birth? How is this possible? You're a streamer, bro. It's not like you tried to get off, but your boss wouldn't let you off, so you missed it. No, bro. You're there. Just get up. Just go. That's crazy. How do you miss your children's birth? Dude, unless it was the exact same night that he was going in for that heart check, that funny picture of him being strapped to that seat with the EKG on him or something to check out his heart palpitations. Unless it was literally at that exact moment when she was pumping the babies out, there is no excuse for this guy to not be there. You're a streamer, bro, and you missed the birth of your twins? All right. Sure, man. It's a woman thing. It's a wife thing. There's nothing for him to do there. It's that bitch's problem, not mine. That is okay. That is just crazy. Instead, he met their newborn twins later that day at the hospital. That shit's crazy. That's crazy. Did you take a nap? You just took he was just sleepy. He met them. Hey, what's up, guys? A formal meeting. Saw, dude. What's up, guys? Yeah, as she's fighting for her life to pump out these 2 babies, he just doesn't show up. He just doesn't reply to any of the texts. All right, man. Unironic, psychotic behavior. It is. I feel so bad for this woman, dude. Holy. The night before she gave birth, Steven and Hillary exchanged a series of text messages about separating. Hillary sent her husband one of the final text messages. Steven, I'm afraid of you and your rage. You are scary. You scare me. I want to heal things, but you have to take responsibility. Stop blaming others. Stop feeling pain and sadness only for yourself. Holy shit. Bro, I don't know if I'd be able to like go outside again if my girlfriend ever texted me something like "you scare me." I don't know if I'd be able to show my face anywhere again if a woman told me like "you scare me" in like a serious context. I'd be distraught. I don't know if I'd be able to continue on, honestly. She absolutely dusted him there. And the craziest thing about it is she didn't even try. She's just like saying exactly how he's acting. And honestly, it seems to comport pretty well with how he acts, because like, I mean, look what we just saw, and how he treated her about something as like mundane as like who can possibly go and walk the dogs or like give them medicine. Feel bad, but she married an alt-right chud. I don't know, because it was like back in 2012, and I'm not gonna say that like Steven Crowder back in 2012 was like a good person, because he definitely wasn't. He was definitely like a pretty bad guy. I mean, this is what he made 4 years before he married his ex-wife. So it's not like he was like a good person back then. He looks terrifying. Yeah. Right? What? Yeah. It's called, he called it the Obama song. And it's about Barack Hussein Obama and how Obama is letting the dirty Muslims into our country because he's an un-American, unpatriotic, cringe freak. She knew who she was getting in bed with. I mean, maybe not. Have you ever dated somebody with a YouTube channel? Do you look at like literally everything that they post? Because I gotta tell you, I'll tell you what. All right. I do not show random women my YouTube channel. That's something that they have to find out about naturally. I do not tell them where to find my YouTube stuff. Yeah, she knew who, but not exactly who. It's probably, yeah. Because it's not like he was a good guy or anything. I mean, America, now I can make Obama. Yeah, so yeah. That was dropped technically before she met him, but you know. She's obviously conservative too. Yeah, there's like an amount that you can put up with. I mean, like the conservative women, they love their conservative men until the conservative men use their conservative values in their relationship. Then they're like, what the, like, what the, how did this happen? What? Hey, who could have seen this coming? Even racists don't deserve to get emotionally abused. True and real. I mean, it's like Lauren Southern, who got kicked out of the who got kicked out of the role of being American Nazi queen because she wanted to like date an Asian guy, and she wasn't thoroughly and completely bred by an Aryan Ubermensch 4chan Giga Chad, like she said that she needed to save the white race or something. She's from an evangelical family. She got groomed into this. It's possible. It's definitely not impossible, but let's read on a little bit more. I know, man. If you genuinely want to be like the masculine guy in in your relationship, and you like the heteronormative gender roles and everything, you should never hear "you are scary, you scare me" from your partner ever. Like there should not be a time where you like genuinely scare your girlfriend or your husband. Sorry, your girlfriend, or I guess husband as well. But like, there shouldn't be a time when you scare your girlfriend or your wife. There should be no reason why she should ever feel that way around you. Your whole thing is about like protecting her, being there for her, like being your lot of defense or whatever. Like there should never be a time where she feels like scared around you. But if you're like a abusive piece of shit, then obviously that would get turned and corrupt your relationship. But could just be, a good guy instead. It's time to do some introspection, right? In the past 2 weeks, rumors of their divorce, which the press had not discovered for over a year, began to spread on Twitter. On Tuesday, Crowder briefly spoke about it on his news show, Letter with Crowder. I've had this proverbial boot around my neck. Anyways, we heard his statement. What Crowder didn't mention was that his very private wife, who hardly appears at public events, is rarely who is rarely photographed, had made a request via her attorneys that her husband not discuss their divorce at all. Steven Crowder dismissed the request and spoke about the divorce and their marriage for about 5 minutes, and the clip went viral. In a statement sent to me via email, Hillary's family said, "Oh, here we go. Whoopsie. He couldn't help himself. He has to get ahead of the story." When you do this type of stuff, this means you have to get ahead of the story to make yourself look better. Because like if it was actually as a non-issue as he said that it was, there'd be no reason that he would be feeling the need to, to get this ahead of the story after being asked not to speak about it publicly. Because like if the facts just came out by themselves without him commenting on them, then he would look really, really bad. Yeah. All right. Well, it's the patterns of an abuser. Crazy how that works out. Hillary is currently living alone in Dallas, apart from her family and supportive system in Michigan, and is focused on taking care of her young children. She is not prepared at this time to speak about her divorce becoming public and the misleading statements made by Steven about their relationship. The truth is that Hillary spent years hiding Steven's mentally and emotionally abusive behavior from her friends and family while she attempted to save their marriage. In June 2021, Steven left their home to pursue elective surgery. Hillary urged him to get the help he needed to address his abuse and hope that their marriage could be saved and they could peacefully live together as a family. Instead, Steven refused to do so and chose not to be with his wife during the birth of their children. After the birth, Steven bought a townhouse and left their home permanently. Hillary was unaware that Steven had hired a divorce attorney and asked his assistants to cut Hillary off immediately. There is a significant documentation substantiating these facts. We hope that Steven will cease speaking publicly about personal matters in an untruthful manner. We will also look forward to being fully transparent in the legal process, so there is fairness and accountability for the actions that caused the divorce, and to ensure the outcome is what's in the best interest of the young children. Dude, transparent. Here's Dim Tool. Oh, what did he have something to say about Steven's divorce? Oh, publishing this was gross. So true. Oh man, when I see a woman getting abused, my first thought is, have you ever thought how this could affect the man who's abusing her? Because like, I don't think we've actually thought about that yet. And that's like something that's really important. You know what's not gross is going online and lying about your divorce. That's actually super cool and anti-gross. But publishing video directly refuting the lies that I told, that's honestly, I would say, unforgivable, if I'm going to be honest. The fence sitter, I wouldn't say it's fence sitting. I think he's very clearly on Steven Crowder's side. Some people have never had a disagreement with their spouse and it shows. I'm sorry, bro, but like, you need to seek therapy if you think that this is just normal. So if this is just like normal disagreements. I've never had like a crazy big, like not talking to each other or something argument with like a girlfriend before. But like I've had issues and disagreements with partners before. But like, I don't know, bro. This is not a normal disagreement. This is not a normal disagreement. That's not a normal relationship. I'm sorry. You need to Texas ippy girl, you need to seek therapy as soon as possible. I don't know what you witnessed in your home, but that is not normal conflict resolution. Giving Hillary a platform for her side in the story when Steven is already out there is gross. That's interesting. Anybody gonna reply? What private information did Steven release? Saw his monologue and he never disclosed private information. What private information did this release? Besides just like him being a piece of shit. Is his like social security number in here or something and I missed it? Do I need to like Jarvis enhance and zoom in on the amount of time she's like blinking? Is she blinking in Morse code, his social security? Like his Twitter login for me to be able to see what he his DMs or something? Like what are you talking about? You aren't being a wife enough. You aren't being a good wife. Agreed, even with all the cameras people have these days. This is not for public consumption. Oh crap, they're so mad. Where's the abuse? She's upset because she lives. Oh man. Oh wait, I gotta turn Decimator back on for this one. I want to see how terrible these people are. Oh man. Where's the abuse? She is upset because she lives a free ride life and then is asked to do something. Same thing happened to me. We separated. Then she came back when she found out that that's just life. He shouldn't have said, I'll fuck you up if he did, I guess, but it's kind of her fault. I'll bet, buddy. That was just a busy abusing my wife, and then she broke up with me because like the cringe leftist feminism world that we made is makes women think that they should get everything for free. She came crawling back though once when she realized that I was the best thing she had going for her. So women these days, am I right? Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet, brother. Sure. All couples fight. This was so low to slander someone like this. What do you mean slander? He literally posted the video. I just think that if he didn't want like his wife's family to talk about the issue, he probably shouldn't have talked about the issue in public. You know what I mean? That's just my thoughts. Watch it. Change my mind. Holy. And they wonder why women don't like to vote for them. Crazy. Note to self. Oh, dude. This like comment section is full of like a bunch of men being like, I need to make sure that next time I abuse my wife, there's no evidence. Watch it equals abuse. So true, bro. You got it. I'm so glad that we have people. I'm so glad that no child ever got left behind in that education system, because like if we ever had like a bunch of kids that got left behind, can you imagine the low IQ shit that we would have to like sift through to see, things being said in the world? So true. Could you possibly imagine? There's not much here. People fight. Segment of the clip doesn't substantiate anything. Note to self, disconnect them Ring cameras when I'm abusing my wife. Oh man. Sure weird they only have one car. They could have literally thrown hands. It still would have been the weirdest part to me. He could have physically abused his pregnant wife. And the fact that they have one car would be the craziest thing to me. All right. Family value pundits when their family asks them to be valued. Makes sense. Gotta love being a woman when you see so many of these people in one place. Listen, at least you're getting some practice in being able to like pick them out, so you don't accidentally marry one of them. He is not emotionally abusive in this clip. POV, you belong in therapy. The way he said watch it literally gave me goosebumps. I literally cried. OMG help. So true. Oh, women being scared of domestic violence from their partners, bro. Probably some of the funniest shit I've ever heard. Oh man, then you are weak. This is why we need to repeal the 19th Amendment. Bro, this is why your wives will all... I guess this is why like they want to get rid of no-fault divorce, because like if women are allowed to divorce them, then they all will. That they all will. Instead of just being, somebody who they don't want to divorce, they're just like, I gotta be somebody who they are actively wanting to run away from, but I can't allow them to go, because then can you imagine what happens? And the fact that he left the house first, he was the one who moved away from her and bought a new house. So many of you aren't watching the full video and it shows. Now listen, Abby, okay? I'm gonna tell you this now. I'm sorry, Abby, okay? You're a victim. You're a victim. Crowder became the character he was playing on the show. What, abusive? The amount of men who don't see anything wrong here is genuinely fucking terrifying. Yeah, this is why you need to be able to divorce. What do you expect from Crowder fans? Yeah, that's true. This honestly, this puts it like me seeing that that back when I was working at McDonald's, me seeing that person who was watching Louder with Crowder in his lap on his phone, waiting for me to bring him out his Big Mac. It puts it all in a whole new light. He's moving all of these people to divorce. I'm calling BS. I saw the tweets about their divorce citing Hillary before Crowder's statement is disgusting and one-sided. Looks like the very private Hillary wants to sling some mud, so let's sling it. Release it all. Release all the video. Oh my goodness. You think that is going to make him look better? They said this is clip chimped. It's actually better because apparently it actually gets worse. Like what was not recorded is apparently worse. But okay, very cool, very interesting. I love women. Hey guys, they're fighting for women, right? They're fighting for women's rights. They love women. They love women. Oh man. As they headed inside, Crowder got angrier and angrier, and by his admission, he said, "I will fuck you up." And then Hillary left the house. In the review of the audio, video, and text messages, Steven Crowder repeatedly admits that he has a volcanic temper and has been working through therapy to control it. However, at one point in the audio files I reviewed, Steven Crowder gets upset because he's frustrated that he's not getting enough credit for not having lost his temper for months, but adds that he can't promise that he won't lose it again in the future. What the fuck? You didn't give me a treat for not screaming at you for the last couple of months, even though it was so easy. I mean, sure, I'm gonna blow up at you sometime soon, so you should start to value the times when I don't, lady. What a fucking narcissist. Bro, this girl is so... I feel bad for her, but she's so lucky that he didn't start to swing on her. Because this is absolutely the type of dude who would like... Who you would have... Like, the last thing you hear from him is that there's like... He's, you know, he's being kept in jail by the, you know, sheriff's department for like beating the fuck out of his wife. For not making a sandwich quick enough. I swear to the Lord, I hate this bitch. I do. I hate him so much. He's such a horrible person. And it just keeps getting worse. Like the type of guy he is. The more I learn about him, the worse he is. I mean, it's not super surprising by how he just acts in public, but at least we all understand that like the way you act in public usually says a lot about how you act in private. The two people who worked for Steven in the past say that he has created a cult-like atmosphere in the workplace that is intolerant to dissent. You either are fully with him or you're just his enemy, one former employee told me in a conversation on Wednesday. This may be Not Gay Jared, because Not Gay Jared left, allegedly because of abuse that he sustained while working for Louder with Crowder. And now Not Gay Jared is kind of like a normie and he has like a wife and everything. And he doesn't want to talk about Crowder much, but like sometimes it comes up and he'll talk about how he was like treated really poorly there. It's said that all he wants is yes men. Crowder's career in mainstream media started in Fox News in 2009. I'll move forward a bit. In March 2023, Rumble announced that at least 58,000 people have subscribed to Crowder's channel, paying $89 a year each. Holy shit. Dude, Rumble is literally just OnlyFans for like conservative freaks. That would mean over $5.1 million for this particular revenue stream. And the numbers that Rumble shared in its pre-launch. Hey, enough. Leave the neighbors alone. They're playing in the yard. The numbers that Rumble shared in the pre-launch phase, these numbers have likely grown since. Ooh, more money to take in divorce court? Oh man. Oh, don't mind if I do. Sheesh. No. His ex-wife should be like, I'll be taking some of that. I'll be taking a little bit of this and maybe a little bit here and ooh, this on top. Just take a good chunk of all of that, all of those revenue streams, bro, because apparently taking care of his children is not something he actually wants to do. Holy. Well, it's clear that Crowder is making millions from his conservative media mini empire. It's unclear if he will receive an offer like he did from the Daily Wire team again. On April 2022, Crowder was talking on his show about his distaste for no-fault divorce. If you're a woman that comes from meager means and you want to get wealthy, you've never worked, you don't get a degree, you have no skill set, but you're good looking, your best path to victory is simply to marry a man and then leave him and then take half. Dude, he's so me definitely not mad, me definitely not bitter that my wife is leaving me. Holy, this is how you want them though. This is literally how you want traditional values, bro. This is literally what you want. You're asking for this. You were literally asking for this. For women to not, college is not for them. Higher education, it's cringe. They don't need to be in the workforce. It's weird. They don't need to be doing those man things. Feminism is cringe. Stay barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. I can't believe this bitch has literally nothing going for her and now wants me to take care of her. It's crazy. Like, they love the like idea of femininity from like old feminine gender roles, but they don't want to do their like old masculine gender roles with like being the provider, bro. I'm sorry. If you want to live that life of being like the leader and like the breadwinner, bro, then you got to start coughing up bread. Why in the world would a woman submit to you if you can't do shit for her? Why would she forego all of that in her life if you're not going to like make up for it? That's literally your job. Why are you complaining? This is literally what you want. If you're some loser, dumb, do nothing bitch of meager means, all you need to do is flash your fucking eyelid, flash your fucking eyelashes, and then do your makeup, and then some wealthy man's going to have pity on you and finally give you something that you don't deserve. Only for you to take it. Definitely not mad. Definitely not mad. I'm not mad. I've never been mad before. The incel rage, bro. I've never been mad. Do not put in the papers that I'm mad. He's going through it right now. Oh, he's going through it right now. The most calm. Anyways, I can't believe they released that footage about me emotionally manipulating my wife into handling potentially feticide medicine because I don't feel like doing it myself. It's crazy. By the time Crowder said this, it had been 5 months since he retained a divorce attorney, but his audience was unaware of this big move. Holy shit. Hillary Crowder started dating him well before he was famous and wealthy. He was making less than $100,000 a year when they got married. Oh yeah, man. Holy crap. It's not even true. She married him when he had nothing. And he's still trying to use this loser women hook on to actually successful men just for free money when she was there, but when you were still a fucking loser making Obama song racist music videos in your basement. All right, man. But all right, sure. I guess shit on her, I guess. Makes a lot of sense, bro. 100%. Holy. Well, I guess that's what we know so far about the Crowder saga. That's crazy. It's not like unexpected that this happened, but I will say it is still remarkable. It's still remarkable that it happened, right? We got a little taste before of like how he was, but like the thing about paternity leave is that there isn't much for a dad to do when the baby is a newborn, especially if mom's breastfeeding. His main role is to take care of mom as she recovers, but of course this doesn't apply to Buttigieg. Crowder, whatever happened to taking care of your wife? Taking care of your kid? No, that's the woman's job. There's literally nothing a man can do. Men are biologically incapable of taking care of a baby. We simply can't do it. It's not possible. It's like trying to defy gravity. You know what I mean? It's just not possible. It can't be done. It just can't be done. Men can't take care of baby. We just, the woman brain is just finely tuned for it. The man brain doesn't have the take care of baby part in it. as we all know. As a dad going through this right now, everything Matt said is accurate. Paternity leave is for pussies. I still think that this is crazy, okay? So like, as he's saying paternity leave is for pussies, he willingly missed the birth of his children, of his twins. He opted to miss the birth of his children as he's typing this. He could have just left. He could have just went to go see his wife as she was giving birth. He literally said no. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Dude, everything is falling apart with the conservatives, and honestly, it couldn't be any better. It genuinely couldn't be any better. These people are horrible. They're genuinely cretins on Earth. And I'm glad we're finally being able to really see exactly who they are without any if, ands, or buts. I know they're going to get mad and talk about how like this is so horrible that this type of shit is getting erased, is getting like shown to the public. But like, if he didn't want to be shown to the public, he maybe should have shut the fuck up, like his wife asked him to do, so nobody talks about it in public. But you know, he couldn't help himself. He couldn't help himself. He couldn't take it. He couldn't stop it. And so he wanted to blow all of this up simply to get an own on Candace Owens. Just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even now, still not caring about his wife. Apparently there's some stuff in the background. If you're going to use your children as human shields to block people from digging further into your divorce, please do so without inserting me into your narrative. Oh no. To remind people, the video that he made about me responding to Steven's first set of bizarre attacks against the Daily Wire. Steven's not a victim. He never was a victim. He's just as bad as those he's just a bad person who continues to burn a lot of people. And then the quivering. It's absolutely disgusting that people on the right would use Steven Crowder's divorce to leverage it against him, to use it against him and to embarrass him. Divorce happens. It doesn't even sound like it was his choice. Listen, if he didn't want his wife to divorce him, then like he should have probably stopped abusing her. I think that's all that she asked for, right? I don't think it was like that much of a tall order. She was literally like, "Hey, bro, can you not abuse me?" And he was like, "I don't think I can do that." You expect it from the left, but totally shameful to see it from the right. Yeah, okay, buddy. Crowder is accusing me of extortion. It's insane. This honestly makes me question if there are people who cannot see how thoroughly undone he has become. This is not stable behavior. It's a man who's spiraling. Outright bizarre and concerning. The girls are fighting. It's crazy. Listen up, liberal. My wife left me. A new one added onto the pile. Listen up, liberal. My wife left me. It's so good. It's never been more good than this. She did. She did. She ain't wrong about him being unstable. Very clearly unstable. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's very telling where people were like, this isn't abuse. I've never seen this. This is definitely not abuse. All right, brother. Yeah, I bet you think that. Divorce energy could power cities at this point. I do think that it's worth looking into to see if we can use the energy radiating off of these divorced weirdos, if we could, harness it for an energy source to power, to power us in the future. Some clean energy used in the future. I feel like that could go crazy. I think we do need to look into that sometime soon, because it's just, at this point in time, it's just wasted potential. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.